Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. WandaVision. I just did a bit of review on the season 2 premiere of Batwoman, and the other thing everyone's talking about is WandaVision. Now, full disclosure, I haven't actually watched the episodes, but I watched some reviews, and that was interesting enough to want to comment on this. Now, we've all seen the previews, and we know that basically the two characters from Marvel are basically in some sort of unreal reality where they're basically in a TV world. So they're like in a sitcom, and apparently they can progress through all the different styles and formats of television in this world. They've got 9 episodes, and what kind of shocks me is they spent the first 2 episodes in a comedy setting, basically. And what I'm hearing and what surprised me is that they basically stuck to the format, like totally. They are 2 full half-hour sitcom episodes. First one black and white, the second one starts off black and white, and then Wanda manages to change it to colour. And they basically stick to that format of the sitcom. And apparently it's got mixed reviews. Some people saying it's brilliant, that they handled the medium perfectly, and it's actually funny as a sitcom in its own right, and that it's also got the underlying sort of dread of what's behind this, because the whole time you're watching it, you know it's not really a sitcom, and you're wondering how are they in this reality. Has Wanda created it? Has she been put in it? Is she trapped in it? Is it something that she's creating to cope with his death? And it's kind of like they kind of stole the idea from Roseanne. When Roseanne lost Dan, she went through a whole season of this, but there was a specific episode where she was putting herself in all these old sitcoms. Literally, she was Jeannie, she was on Gilligan's Island, blah, blah, blah. She went through all these, or was Mary Tyler Moore, she went through all these scenarios, and they sort of, in a quick sort of cheap way, replicated all these shows. They even had, God, who was the actor who played Lou Grant? Ed Asner was actually in the episode when she was playing Mary, and it was done differently, but it's that sort of basic idea, and some people obviously are speculating that this is SWORD and blah, blah, blah. And, there are a few little interesting elements that do sort of remind you that there's something behind all this. At the end of the first episode, I think you see someone watching the sitcom from, you see their hands. It's very, very, as someone pointed out, very Inspector Gadget. And the second episode, I think everything's in the second episode where the colour starts coming in, and you see woman cuts her hand, there's blood, there's a toy that's coloured, and eventually she colours the whole world, and the whole sitcom changes. So we started off in black and white sitcoms, and we went to colour sitcoms, and that's 2 whole episodes out of 9 episodes. And that's the feeling from the people who are criticising the series, is that they have spent far too long on the setup. That 1 episode was enough to establish that this is in a TV world, basically a sitcom world, an unreal world, and to basically just play with that format, but to stay completely within the format like it's an actual episode. Because back in the day, sitcoms were about 28 minutes or so, because they had a lot less ads. They'd sort of have just 1 ad to promote the show at the start, saying, brought to you by, and then the episode would pretty much play on its own. It's not like today where every 10 minutes you have, or every 7 minutes you have like 3 minutes of mixed commercials. It was just 1 sponsor for each show. You knew exactly who sponsored it. So even the runtime is very similar, and it runs very much like an episode. And that's, I think, I can't believe they did it. I think it's a bit of a mistake, because people who aren't as invested as they think would probably tune out. And I think it would have worked if it was just the first episode, or if they were, someone else pointed out that if they were doing the whole season, you could stream the whole season and just flow straight through that, it would work. But just getting 2 episodes of basic sitcom replication with very little. There's also a scene where one of the characters is choking at the table, and they change the camera work, and it becomes a lot of slow zooms, and that changed the feel. And some people were saying it was Hitchcockian or Lynchian. I think they went a bit far on that, but it does sort of give you some sense of reminder of the outside, the external, the dread. There's something wrong here. But other than that, they basically just stuck to the sitcom format, and I'm just shocked they did 2 full episodes on it. Basically, I thought maybe the first episode, and then by the end you'd sort of know what's happening, and then you'd still have to transition through the other periods and the other show styles and everything, but I guess they're going to stick with this the whole time. You're just going to get a few little clues, and maybe the last episode or two will actually deal with the unreality of this reality, but I'm kind of shocked. And so yeah, it's getting mixed reviews. That's basically what I just wanted to do, a little video talking about that, because I was just really shocked that they stuck that closely to it. I thought it was going to be just a setup of the episode. Normally when you set up an episode, it's just the first part of an episode, not 2 full episodes of a 9 episode season. They've only got 7 more episodes to actually deal with the issue, resolve it, explain it and everything. So if they're too subtle with it, they take too long, they're just going to lose people, because people want Marvel. They don't want I Love Lucy. They may stick with it and part of this is, I think, people who are a bit too smart for their own good, who obviously they're TV writers, they love Hollywood history, they know Hollywood history, they know I Love Lucy and all these sort of shows, and they're reveling in it, they're loving it, but the audience doesn't. There's not a huge crossover between I Love Lucy and the Marvel Universe, I don't think. So they need to move on. That's all I wanted to say. And unlike Batwoman, which I have no idea where to find in Australia to watch, and I haven't watched it, I will watch this, but I'm saving up my Disney till I've got enough that I can sign up for just like 1 month and have enough to justify a whole month of watching stuff, and then just cancel it and then wait a while till the next bunch of stuff comes up, because I'm not going to do them month to month, because I'm not happy with some of the political things they've done. Same thing goes with Netflix, with all the stuff with Cuties. I cancelled them because of that. And I will sign up occasionally when there's enough to watch that I can just sign up for a month, stream a bunch of stuff, catch up on a bunch of stuff, and then go away. They used to be my every month. They were every month. I just have Netflix, and then I'd add something else when something else came up. They're not like my go-to anymore. So that was my sort of protest against Cuties. So I missed the Dolly Parton Christmas. I missed a couple other shows, The Queen Season 4. Something else was on as well. So I've missed a few things. The one thing that might draw me in is The Night Stalker. They've done a documentary, I don't know if it's a series or a movie, sort of on The Night Stalker. I really want to watch that. People are saying it went too far, but you can just tell they're just trying to talk it up, and anyone who really watches horror and crime documentaries, they weren't bothered by the gore or anything in this and what they depict on screen. It's pretty tame, but they're trying to sell it, so that's the spin they're putting on. Oh, we went too far with this. Oh, you have to watch it because we went too far. Yeah, but I'm just waffling on about other stuff. But yeah, I think they need to speed it up and make it clear what's happening. And some people are saying the exact opposite. It's brilliant. The mystery, it's so intriguing. And other people are like, I didn't come here to watch I Love Lucy. So it looks like a bit hit and miss at the moment, and I'm just interested to see where they go. I'm not signing on until we're closer to the like I was planned to do with The Mandalorian. I was going to watch the last 4 episodes, thinking they were doing like 13, and they only did 8. So, but before I even could get to it, the last episode came up, and I'm like, what? I thought they were doing like 16 episodes or something, or 13 episodes. Yeah, they did 16 over 2 seasons. So I got a bit confused, and I missed it. I was going to start watching it like the middle, or with 4 episodes to remain. I thought I'd do a season 2 sort of catch up, and then do a weekly review of the last 4 episodes, as everyone got really excited about it. And before I knew it, already finished. So I'm going to try not to do that with this, and I'm going to try to do the same thing. So I guess in about 4 weeks, I'll probably sign up for Disney, watch a few things, and then do the last couple of reviews of this as they come out, and just watch them for fun week to week. So I want to catch up and get a lot of it watched in one go, but I do want to do the week to week because it is designed that way, and if it is designed that way, there should be some benefit to watching it that way. But at the moment, watching the first 2 episodes together like that, I guess there is some sense of releasing the 2 episodes together because it is like a 1-hour block of the show in that same sort of format. But yeah, I think it still moved too slow. It should have been 1 episode. And if you're going to the second episode, there should have been some drastic change, and there doesn't seem to have been. There's just little hints. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you think it moved too slow? Do you think that they did the right thing? Is it interesting in itself as just an idea? Or, are people do people know what they're getting? Do people know what this is? Are people going to be disappointed? Are people coming from the Marvel Universe and the movies really going to engage in this and tune into this? And I'm wondering what the ratings are. I'm wondering what the viewings are. I wonder if they're ever going to review the views, because often they don't. That's the problem with streaming. We never know how it does. So it's very easy if something's not successful or not working for a studio or a streaming service to cover it up and just not say it's a hit and not actually show the numbers. So who knows? I'm going to go. I talked way longer than I thought I was going to on this, considering I didn't actually watch it. I just watched a bunch of reviews and I've been following it. But thanks for watching. Bye.